innocence. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? Right there. 54 miles. I got one.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Let's go now. Get in, Tucson. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Alpha.
2nd and 11. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Love. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey, Mike. Zebra. Hey, let's get this.
Gun.
50's the Mike. Who that?
What's that?
On 1st and 10, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Hey, Delta. Gun.
Hey, Mike's 50. All right.
Yellow.
Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
54. 54. Stop your whining.
Looking to throw on second down. Love looking deep for Adams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
He's coming, box trap. He's coming, double up. You got tight. You got tight right there. Ready, go.
From the gun, Love. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. He's got a man, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 71 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
We lock it. Check 1-3. Check. Crunch. Delta.
Operating from the gun. Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. These two teams all tied after 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Love. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Love. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Let's go, boys.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Madison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 40-yard line.
Behind! 180!
53. Here we go, D. Here I
Hey, flipper!
Out.
What's that?
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
53 to Mike. 53.
Quicker, Omaha! Hey, Stever!
Whip.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down.
Gun!
Mike 50. Target.
Black!
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18 from the shotgun to give to Jones. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
You guys 7. Let's go. Check. Fresno. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go. Ready.
From the gun, Love. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards, the final tally. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Right there. 54, right there. Right there.
To throw on second down. Love. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Here we go. Here we go. He's 18 Gator. Switch one on me. We don't want this.
Operating from the gun. Love forced out to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 91 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's going to fire one, deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Love. That's complete to John Ross. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now,
and the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Yeah. You don't want
Rose.
why? Get wide.
To throw, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Setting up the screen for Cook. Still on his feet. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. The Jets out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
On the ground, it's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Jahan, 180.
57. You run.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Big stop, G.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50.
I'm first.
Check three. Kill.
Third and long for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Mike 5-4. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Squeeze, get in there. Jim. Lock it.
Check 99.
80 weapon. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Love. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. A pretty big opening there on 1st down. 8 yards up to the 33. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Through.
57's the mic. Watch
Hey, zoom.
Get some penetration here.
Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They still playing soccer.
Hey, ring up 48.
Football.
Listen to me.
Watch safety creeping.
Gun.
Safety's creeping.
Hey, Echo.
57.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run here with Eckler. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Set, ready. 60 Pittsburgh. No, let's run. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Go. Go. Shit, man. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I got you. Twist. Watch twist.
300.
Hey, watch it.
Blue draw corkers.
Check 31.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
300.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. 57's the Mike.
Hey, exit. Gun.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Man out.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Hey, we're good, we're good.
Such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Hey, Alpha.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins, complete. Smith has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Love. And Adams has it, complete. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. It's caught here by Adams. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Slam. Hatch it.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 13. Check 50.
Now Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Gun!
Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run! Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50!
Hey, can't!
All day, Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50!
Back to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
Hey, Steve 6! Steve 6!
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
Yellow!
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Get the ball.
Hey, wahoo!
Check 53. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Watch out.
Hey, receiver!
Tight dog.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Big series right.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Green Bay,